2A all day. What's up, guys? Sorry it's been a while. It's been several weeks since I've done a 2A all day, a review on some gear. I've just been really busy. And I'm sure some of you are probably going to unsubscribe from this channel because I ran out of weapons to review on Saturdays. I do have one coming if you saw the last video, but that one probably won't be for a while because the ATF sucks. But there will be videos, shooting videos coming, guys. So I do promise. I did invest in a little gimbal device here, so I'll be able to do a little bit more shooting videos without having some shaky footage. That's why I've been holding off on some shooting videos, just because it's been so shaky and you guys would probably get nauseous if I actually uploaded those. So I do have a little gimbal here. This is the DJI OM4. This is a gun channel, so I'm not going to review this, but this is what I'm going to be using. Okay, so there will be shooting videos coming, so you can stick around for that if you haven't already unsubscribed, because I'm all out of guns. But today we are going to be talking about a plate carrier. This is the Spiritus Systems lv119. So I'm waiting on another plate carrier. I'm not going to really go into who that's going to be by. I don't have my hands on it yet, so there's really no point in talking about it. But I do have another set of armor plates, so I want another plate carrier. So let's get into this. Spiritus Systems lv119. This was, I think, their first plate carrier that they put out. This is their more covert version. They do have more of an overt version, which that one's just, I think the material is just a little bit thicker. On the back panel, they do have zippers, so that's, you know, an extra area for bags or packs or things like that you can attach to it. This is the more streamlined covert version. I went with this. I'm a civilian. I don't need to be carrying a ton of packs with me. I don't usually do that when I'm shooting, so I just went with the lower profile. And it is very low profile, as you'll see later on in the video. So let's get into it's basically how I approach my guns, pros, cons, and then how I have it set up. So let's first talk about cons. So one thing, and this is both a pro and a con, this is completely a la carte. All right, so very modular, which is a good thing because I can completely transform this plate carrier in a matter of seconds, and it could be outfitted for a large excursion, or I could slim it down if I'm wearing this under maybe a jacket or something, if I'm going maybe into a not awesome area. Here in Michigan, I'm not far from Detroit. So, if I were to go into an area maybe at night, I would maybe strip all this off and just wear this under, a jacket or something, because it can get very streamlined. So that's a positive. But a con is that every single piece is individual. So the front panel, the back panel, the shoulder straps, the MK4, this pack up here, the cummerbunds, these other attachments here, everything is a la carte. So it could take you months potentially to fully kit out a carrier the way that you wanted it. Now, thankfully, I've had this carrier for a couple years now. I think Spiritus Systems has gotten more and more popular over the last couple years, which granted, they make incredible products. So I didn't really have a problem putting this together, but now if I were to try to put this together, it would take me forever. So I actually reached out to them because I was looking for, I don't even remember what I was looking, some sort of attachment, and I was asking them if they had an idea of when their Multicam Tropic, this is the color here, Multicam Tropic, was going to be back in stock. And I forget who I talked to. It was through customer service. It was all through email. And they said that at the absolute earliest, end of this year, but that might even be pushed further out. So if I had the front and the back panel and I wanted to add gear to this in the Multicam Tropic, I would have to wait a year, which would suck. So that's the problem with a la carte is, it might, you have all these different pieces that you might want to match and put together, but depending on their availability, it might take you weeks, months, or longer to fully kit something out. So just be aware of that if you go to their website. I know last week they just had everything Ranger Green back in the stock. But again, they have I don't know, like 8 or 10 different colors. So I don't know if it's on a rotation kind of thing. It might be months now until they get Ranger Green back in stock. I really don't know. But just be aware of that. The other con is, I'm probably going to have to take this apart. So the other con is putting the cummerbund on. So here, I'll talk about what I have in here towards the end. I don't know if you can see in here. I'm actually going to turn the light up a little bit here. There we go. Can it adjust? Let me see. There we go. Okay, so as you can see in here, there is some kind of this rubberized webbing, and you have to thread these little bungees through the webbing, but then there's also little little fabric loops underneath the webbing. As you can see kind of right in here, here's some of those loops. And this was a pain in the butt. Now, granted, it was my first time. I wasn't really familiar with this setup. And it, so that could maybe be to blame. But it did take a while. It definitely took a while. Now, this isn't going to go anywhere now. I mean, I've run and gun with this thing. I've worn this thing for hours upon hours. And I haven't had any issues. So once it's done, you're good to go. But it does take a while, guys. It actually takes quite a bit of time. Okay, so let's get this back in here. So you guys are probably wondering, so I am running HESCO L210s, and then I just have a Spartan System non-ballistic trauma pad just for comfort, and that sits in between. So that's going to disperse some of the kinetic energy if you were to get hit. It's also for comfort as well. So you always want to put these in between the plate and your body, because you don't want this hard plate hitting you and rubbing up against you while you're moving. So this pad is very comfortable. And again, that's from Spiritus Systems. The plates are swimmer cut plates. Those are from HESCO. Okay, so, all right. So as you can see, the back pretty flush here, not much on the back. There's just a patch, a Velcro patch here, and I just put a flag on there because America. All right. Moving back to the front, I'm actually going to strip this down so you can see what it looks like without all this crap on it. All right. So as you can see, very low profile, very streamlined. Okay. Not much to it. These clips can come out, they're just hooked on a loop in here, or they can actually recess back up in here. All right, so they can just be out of the way. So that is nice. It did come with the clips. I'm almost certain of it. Don't quote me on that because it has been a couple years, but I think it did come with the clips, which is nice. And then the cummerbund has Velcro straps. It has hook on the underside, and then it has loop on the outer side. And then each cummerbund panel has 4 different slots for, you could put AR-15 mags in there. You could put probably AK mags in there. If you have a small medical kit, you could put that in here. You could put a tourniquet in there. That would be fine. And yeah, so it's pretty streamlined. This is what it would look like if you were just running it as is. And it's fine. If you don't want to carry a lot of gear, this will still offer you protection, but it's not going to be big and bulky. But it also has the potential to carry a lot of gear. And with it being modular, again, this thing can be, you can make it look completely different, right? You could put this in here, swap this out. I have a panel on here, so it's not going to Velcro. But yeah, if I just wanted to run this, I could just run that. If I just wanted to run one of these internal shingles in here, I could rip this out and I could just put the shingle on here. That would be low profile as well. But yeah, so it's very easy to kind of customize for yourself. All right. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then that can sit just nicely. So I do have a couple different setups, as you can see. Well, before I get that, let me just talk other things, pros. So other pros too, I don't know if you saw when I had it flipped over, but right here, there's this internal sleeve, and I just have targets in here for when I'm warming up. You know, I'll do, you know, a couple mags just to warm up, or a mag or two. And so these are all just, I actually got all of this stuff from T-Rex Arms. They have a training section, a training and support section on their website. And they basically tell you, oh, put 10 rounds here, 10 rounds here, 10 rounds here. They tell you the different distances, and they tell you, you know, what a good time would be to achieve that in. So they offer a lot of good educational stuff over at T-Rex Arms. So I always carry that with me. Now this doesn't, you can see it's pretty loose. It doesn't offer a ton of retention, but it's being pressed against your body, so you really don't have to worry about this falling out or anything like that. What else? What else? I mean, that's really about it. I would say my favorite part about this is it does come in a lot of different colors. So you can get really whatever you want, anywhere from black to desert camo to multicam to gray to ranger green to coyote tan. And then I think there's probably a few more in there as well. So I really like that. I do like the fact that it is very modular, but again, there are cons with that because everything is a la carte and there's 50 different things that you could buy for this. It might take you a while to get all of those 50 things. What else? The Velcro is extraordinarily strong. I have never had an issue with that at all. So yeah, I mean, this is overall a good kit. I've had steel like AR500 steel plates in here. I've had now the Hescos in there. They can accommodate for everything. You know, whether it's a full cut, a swimmer's cut, sappies, or whatever. This can house anything. Depending on how it's cut, it might be bunched up a little bit. As you can see, I have the swimmer's cut here. I went with the swimmer's cut for the Hescos because just for mobility purposes. The AR500 steel plates I had in here, and it was okay, but I just find the swimmer's cut is just a little bit more comfortable. But again, there's a compromise, right? So there's slightly less material, but you're able to move more. So do you want to be more protected or do you want to be more mobile? I went with more mobile. It might bite me in the ass one day. I don't know. Hopefully I never have to find out. But I went with the swimmers. Okay, let's talk about how I have this set up. So I am O positive, so God forbid anything were to happen, people know right away I'm O positive. I don't have it on here right now, but I do have a NKDA, no known drug allergies. I actually need to put that back on here. I don't know where it went. But I have that. And then with this, I have an internal sleeve here to accommodate for Scorpion mags or SMG mags. And then I have 2 pistol mags here in the front pouch. And then I have a half flap here. And just in there right now, I have tape. Sometimes I'll tape up some, like those little pieces of paper up to a larger target and I'll do some shooting. I've had a pen in here before. I've had a multi-tool in here before. It really just depends on what I'm doing. I'll swap that out. I could also swap this out too. So if I'm maybe running batteries, something that needs to be contained a little bit more, I'll actually put this inside and I'll put batteries in there or whatever. So this is the little AXL. I think this is the half high top pouch. And so this is nice. I like this a lot. I've used this a couple times. It is fairly new, but it's nice. I like that. And then on this, you can see I have this set up a little bit differently. This one's set up for AR-15 mags. So there are 2 different shingles, this one and this one. Again, running mags up front here. And then, you know, I'm actually waiting for an AXL black version because I'm going to have that in there constantly. And then this one is also set up for shotgun stuff. So I don't have anything on the front here. So this one is, you know, if I'm running for shotgun, or I could also put some batteries in here. But I like running a shotgun sometimes, so I just have some extra rounds right here. This little patch here I also got from Spiritus Systems, but again, I had to wait a couple weeks to get this. These only come in black, so these don't come in any other color, but because they offer so much, it's a pro and a con, because some of this stuff you'll have to wait. But that's how I have that one set up. I do have their little sack pouch here. So this has a little front pocket, and then it also has a larger pocket here. I don't have anything running in here right at the moment, just because I haven't been shooting in a while, but usually I will run a full medical kit in here. And then what I'll do is, you can see that there's some bungee cords underneath, and I'll usually just slide a tourniquet through there just so I have everything all in one piece. And that would just fit underneath here, and you're good to go. So it'll hang down a little bit. It doesn't get in the way. It'll bounce a little bit if you've got some stuff in there, but nothing to the point where it's, I just realized you guys can't see that, but nothing to the point where, it's annoying. So there's that. All right. So the only other thing, I actually I do carry a tourniquet with me always. So this little tourniquet carrier is from T-Rex Arms. I don't know if you can see that. T-Rex Arms. So again, I can either have it here, the right side, the left side. I will usually keep it on the left side. So I'll just put it there just like that. That folds over top, and you can see how nice and flush that is to the side. So that's pretty cool. And then I always carry a knife with me as well. So this is just a fixed blade K-bar. And what I did was, it came with kind of a whole belt loop kind of thing, a little clip to go over a belt loop. I didn't like that. So I stripped that off, and I just put this Velcro. This is just the hook part. And I just put that on. I think I got this from Amazon. It was like, I think a 3-foot roll of the hook and the loop for $10 or something. And the adhesive on this is insane. So this is never coming off. And I just have this set up here, and I just put it right there, and that's not going anywhere at all. I've never had a problem with that coming off. So I always like to have a knife with me. So I run that. You got to look cool and you got to LARP, right? Half the fun of shooting and half the point of shooting is looking cool. And if you guys disagree, well, sorry, you can unsubscribe then. I'm half kidding, by the way. But yeah, that's how I have it set up. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. When I get a hold of the other plate carrier, I'm definitely going to do a review after I get a few hours on the other one. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, again, hit me up. I try to do my best of getting back to you guys as quickly as possible. Please subscribe if you like this video. Share this video if you found it awesome. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.